Hello, gorgeous people of the experiment. Okay, this is our second session of this phase, and I have a question for you. So, who did the experiment from the last call? Who actually did the pockets of bliss? Who did it? Okay. If you didn't do it, say no, just so I can see the difference, because I'm getting a lot of yeses and I don't want no's to go under the radar. Sometimes. Okay, I got a first no here. Thank you for your honesty. Blowing my mind 8 summers in a row. I did all the experiments. Yay, Sharon, that's awesome. Okay, I get another no. Only once. No, no. Okay, more and more no's are coming. It's okay. So the experiment was the pockets of bliss, right? So it was walking around your life and actually noticing the pockets of bliss, these moments where you're like, wow, I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. So the first thing I would love to know, who here did the pockets of bliss? Maybe it's not something that you really didn't, it's not something that you really normally would do. So this was something that was different for you. Maybe you weren't, like, you didn't know for sure if this would work out for you, but you ended up doing it and you had a breakthrough. Like, this is not really your style. You did it a lot, and you have found a real difference. So anyone who has had that experience, if you want to raise your hand, I would love to know who had that experience. Okay, so I'm going to start with Valerie Vargas. Please come on up.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so tell me. So tell me about your experience. So this is not something you typically would do, but you took it on. What happened?
I told myself, what if I could just have the most amazing life right now and let go of the stories of my mother doesn't love me enough, people don't love me, just all the things. And three big things happened. And if within a couple hours, my mom texted me if I wanted to go to Florida with her next month.
Whoa, that's a 180.
Like, I was like, what the fuck? My kids all calmed down
Hmm.
and everyone was getting along and being joyful.
Whoa.
I had been in such a bad mood for like 2 weeks, just like I hadn't yelled in a while and I started just yelling again. And the other one was that I like surrendered and I created this really beautiful collaboration with somebody on a retreat I'm coming up with, and we already signed on an extra client. And it happened so fucking fast, Melanie. And I was just like, I want to live like this every day. And every morning I've been telling myself that, and I enrolled my husband in it as well. And I'm just like, I'm feeling it all right now. I don't think I let myself feel it enough all day.
I can feel the bigness of it. I can feel your energy through the screen. Like I can tell this really impacted you. So thank you for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna take one more person who really did this and they're like, okay, things really happened for me. Like this is not really my style. Okay, Andrea, let's have you come up. Andrea Madriz will be next. Come tell me.
Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell me what happened.
Okay. The thing is, mm, I had a neck injury, a vertebra moved from my neck, like in 2017, and I have been in bed since 2022
Whoa.
because the muscles of my neck were so weak, and they compressed some nerves around my head, so my it was always in pain. I was always in pain. And of course, after 2, 3 years in a bed, you are weaker, your muscle mass is less and less potent. I have to use a neurostimulator, like with patches that you put on to get the signal right to your nerves because of the spine injury. And of course, you are always tired.
Mm.
Like, tired, like, I don't know how to tell you this. It's like you are walking into the sea, like when you are walking and the sea is right up your neck and all the resistance from the water,
Mm.
you are walking like that just to go to the bottom every single day.
Okay.
Even to do something like sit up and stand out of bed or something like that is very tiring.
Interesting.
So I'm very disciplined, very, very, very disciplined with my rehab, with my physical rehab. And because I always have like a very small amount of energy or time during the day where I'm productive. So I can, during that time, I can go to a medical appointment and that's it for the day. Or I can join this class and that's it for the day. Or I can do a little bit of my physical rehab and that's it for the day. Just a little amount, like having a budget, not economical budget, but our vital energy budgets.
Whoa, that's
Because
huge.
you are chronically tired and everything is like a big struggle. It's a big effort to do something as simple as take a bath or washing your hair.
Yeah, I understand.
So yesterday, I did something that I didn't do for a long, long time. I put some Latin music. I'm from Costa Rica, and I put some Latin music from Karol G, like Karol G and Shakira, La Bichota, and it's very like very sexuated music. And I danced like 45 minutes in a row. And this is music that I usually don't listen because of the lyrics and the energy of the music. I used to dance this music like 7 years ago, but since I start my spiritual journey, like no, this music doesn't sound so aligned with me anymore because of the lyrics,
Yeah.
especially. But the music, your even if your mind is not connected to the lyrics, your body is connected to the sounds and the rhythm. And I start to dance, and I was just thinking, and then I usually spend this if you are this amount of energy today, you should spend this doing your rehab, your physical rehab. And I said, no, I want to dance. I really want to dance and to feel free and to feel sexy again and to feel like such a empowered, badass, sexy woman again. That I proved it. I cut down this from myself since well, because of the illness, because of the situation of being in bed and being at home for the last 3 years, and because of the spiritual journey. But I said I need to dance and to reconnect with these sexual and Latin moves, and I did it for 45 minutes in a row. I cannot usually stand for more than, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes in a row. And I did it for 45, and I start feeling the pain. My pain begins. It's not like I create my pain in my imagination. It's in my physical body. And I start feeling the pain, and I said, I'll take the meds in a minute. Let me dance, let me feel myself, and let me connect with my body. Because for so many years, with the lesion being in my neck, since the neck down, I've been completely disconnected from my body. And I'm like a huge, giant head full of information, full of techniques, full of wisdom, full of knowledge, floating,
Yeah.
floating through the room because I don't feel my body. I really don't feel the left part, the left side of my body, but I'm disconnected from the rest. And when I do the physical rehab, it's very painful. So I do the moves, but I'm experiencing pain. But yesterday, I was experiencing pain while I was dancing, but still I was dancing to La Bichota music. So funny for me.
Like I see the scene in my mind, and my heart could explode just imagining this. I'm so moved by this story. I can't believe it.
I
Wow.
saw my boyfriend in the afternoon. You won't believe what I did today. And he started like a questionnaire of all the things I usually do during the day. And I dance. What do you mean you dance? Like with your arms? Because he has seen me dancing in my bed, like my head and my dance. No, with my whole body. With my whole body, I was doing perreo.
I'm obsessed. This is the best. This is the best. This is the best. This is the best. What a moment.
And I realized, like, where did I get that I couldn't be spiritual and dancing like Carol B, Bichota vibes? Where did I get this? Like, what? it's like the same conflict between the saint and the enlightened living human being, and no, the sex is wrong, or no, you cannot be attractive because if you are attracting men, then you are like this.
Are you a sacral authority in human design? Do you know?
I don't have any idea. I think I'm emotional.
Emotional. I wonder if you have a defined sacral.
Yes, because my only undefined are like G center and the crown chakra. That is not the crown chakra.
Because like the sacral is life force energy in your body, and it's money, sex, and power.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you cut that part of you off and it's one of your most beautiful life force channels, it's possible something in what we've been doing and in the way that you've been seeing beauty and the way that you've been empowering yourself, you kind of reawakened some of that energy in your body.
Yeah.
Let's keep paying attention to it. But this story is a masterpiece. I'm so grateful you shared this. Like this to me is beyond what I was expecting. I was not expecting this for shares like that. These two shares are out of this world. And so thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing this. I appreciate it so much. And please, let's keep in touch. Like, let me know if anything like this happens again. The most important thing now is just like no pressure on yourself to do it again. Just gratitude for the moment every time you remember it.
Yeah.
And if you ever get guided in the same energy, you can follow it, but don't try to recreate it. Only gratitude until it presents itself.
Okay.
Don't push. Don't try to recreate it. A memory and gratitude is good enough until your body reawakens and says, "Let's dance all over again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that you just said makes sense to me. Like I'm a Scorpio woman, so I'm a schoolgirl, a Catholic girl. So mm, mm, men or people say my sex energy is very strong, even where I try to like diminish down to put it down, and especially since I'm in a committed relationship, because I don't want to attract anyone because my boyfriend is not afraid that I will cheat, but because he feels insecure of himself. And this is a pattern because in my last relationship was the same thing. I just tried to diminish my sexual energy, my sacral energy. So maybe.
So here's what I'll suggest. This is what we'll try this on. This is not about just turning it on purpose necessarily, because what makes this so powerful is the fact that it's kind of happening without you forcing it. Let's let it keep doing that. So we acknowledge the moments it's happening with like miracle energy. Thank you, God. Wow, this is incredible. I'm so grateful. You remember it with absolute bliss. But what I also suggest is spending more time thinking about what it is about him that you really love. Why did you choose him? If he does something and you find it attractive, tell him. If you feel to touch his arm, if you feel like touching him, like be more authentic with your truth about him. Instead of trying to crank yourself up really fast, go natural with you and start bringing some energy with him as well. Because the ideal would be that your connection with him raises at the same time as you take your power back. Then you won't have an imbalance anywhere. This would be the perfect thing.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
I love it. I'm so excited. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is spectacular. I just want you to know, like, this is not what I was expecting. This is above and beyond. Not what I was expecting. But we're going to do something right now. I was going to do a couple of things first, but I feel we need to do it now. So Alpha Femme team, would you be willing to find the 741 music? I'm just going to do a process. I'm going to have people go through a process here. So I'll wait until it's ready and it comes up. So what we're going to do here, and I know some of you didn't do it. So those of you who did do the exercise where you allowed yourself to really be just in pockets of bliss. As often as possible, you noticed beautiful things. You noticed the rain. You noticed the sound of birds. You were grateful for your pool. You're grateful for your kids. You're grateful for your partner cooking for you. You were grateful. You just noticed all these moments and you let them touch you, right? You're going to go back in your mind to those experiences. I'm going to guide you through it, and I'm going to guide you through a process. Now, if, however, you didn't do it, you can do one of two things. You can imagine what could have been if you would have done it, or what's just as incredible and might actually be easier for you is to tap into the energy field of one of the two women who came here before. So you're going to imagine them doing it. Okay. If you did it, but it didn't give you a feeling, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to imagine it was either, I would say, because it didn't happen for you, imagine one of these women that shared what happened for them as I guide you through this exercise. So the one thing that you don't want to do is just decide, I didn't do it, so I can't do this exercise. And another thing you don't want to do is to say, well, it didn't really work for me, so I can't do this exercise. Tap into the energy field of the two testimonies we got if you don't have one of your own. Okay. So I'm going to have you close your eyes and take a few deep breaths just so that you feel really grounded in your body. The goal of this is that you are so aware of your body. So you can feel your aliveness that's coursing inside of you. You can feel the energy. If you wiggle your fingers, you can feel the life force. If you wiggle your toes, you can feel the life force. If you just focused on the palms of your hand, you could feel a very light aliveness. If you feel the energy of your body, you can feel there's life in it, tingling. If you take a breath, you breathe in deeply, then you breathe out. That air just came in and went out as a part of you, as a transition part of you, in and out. Kind of feel how there's the physical body, then there's this life force inside. See if you can really experience this. Rub your fingers together, feel the skin, but then open your palms and see how there's still something happening even though your hands aren't touching anything. Feel the inside of your aliveness, like the spirit of you buzzing inside. So I want you to go back into your memories, and I want you to imagine yourself on the day or the moment where you were just about to have a pocket of bliss. So whether you were sitting in your house, whether you were on a walk, whether you were just sitting in your couch, whatever it is that you were doing, I want you to bring yourself back to just before. And if you don't have a memory of your own, you would be doing this with one of the two women that shared before. Imagine you're them. Make it up in your mind. And then I want you to see if you can imagine what it was that you saw and yourself, but instead of being in your body, I want you to see this scene from the outside. I want you to watch it happening outside of your body. So you are here in your human form. The thing that's about to cause the pocket of bliss is approaching. And in a moment, you're going to experience the pocket of bliss, but instead of experiencing it the way you felt it when you were in your body, you're going to see it like an outside view. And I want you to imagine that I'm going to put these very special goggles on you, and you are going to be able to see not just your physical body, but your energy body in this moment. So be very clear on your energy body before the pocket of bliss. I'm going to count to 3, and then I want you to reenact the scene as though you're looking at it, and I want you to watch your energy. 1, 2, 3. See if you can touch those feelings inside, but watch as it happens. What's happening to your energy? Let yourself see it. Let yourself feel it. As the gratitude is arising inside your body, what is happening to your energy? If you could see it tangibly. When you're ready, I'm going to have you go to the comment section here in the chat, and you're going to write down what happened, but you're not going to press go right away. You're just going to write it down. Write it in the chat, what happened, and don't send it yet. I'm going to tell everyone in about a minute or two when to press go. So I want you to, in as little words as possible, describe what happened to your energy. What did you see? And when I say go, which is not right now, then you will press and everyone will put their answers at the same time. In as little words as possible, just so we can grasp what happened. We'll give 1 more minute. Your answers until I say less than a minute now. I'm going to count to 3, and then everyone can put their answers in at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see what we're seeing here. Okay. My energy expanded till the edge of the universe and became part of everything, like a moment in time froze, but also became eternal. Anxiety before, in the chest, and then in the moments as if the energy went up and it was silent. It was a present moment. Waterfalls of sparkles expanded into pure potentiality, heat, and vibration. My energy shifted from cool blue to radiant green and literally vibrating with excitement, pieces of gold radiating it out too. Expansive, brighter color. It's dark gray now, and it changed from white and peaceful and calm for the first time I experienced it. Bright, golden light, expanding, big, taller, wider, brighter. It moved. It was light, flowy, colorful. Expansion, blues like a big star with many points of light and gold. Gratitude. An intense ball of white, golden light. I became light. First of all, I was blue and green like calm. Then it went red and purple. It was like my energy was activated, more depths in the colors. Relaxed and flooded with light. A pulsing teal color radiated outside of me. My energy went from being in my body, in the center, and then it expanded a golden light around me. Expansion, peace, love, light, gratitude. My energy field expanded like magic, and it was beautiful. My energy expanded and became an even brighter and more magnetic, glowing gold, sparkling, moving, glittering, and expanding. The energy expanded out further and further, and it got stronger. Full energy body orgasm. My energy awakened. It was very soft and peaceful. My energy field was rearranging, sparkles of light and gold. It was ongoing and expanding and becoming magnetic, just pure radiating light. My energy field got lighter. I saw my energy clearing. It was solid blue, and then a rise of clear, golden, flowy started it rising and clearing away the blue energy. My energy expanded. Also, it lit up. It became electrified and magnetic and expanded massively. My energy body grew to massive proportions and radiated out, connecting with my sun and up and out in the ether. It was beautiful. I blossomed, pure light, a sun exploding, rays of gold, love, light, pure safety, knowing, absolute beauty in slow motion, then quickening. I saw myself born. The energy was pulsing and growing in every direction. Pinkish, orangish, yellowish, like bright sherbet colors swirling around from my root chakra to my crown. So bright, so big, so loved. Fire in my womb and the fear of not being able to manage it. I felt my energy light, off, out of me, like a million butterflies releasing from a heavy light energy. Excitement and anticipation. Golden light vibrating, dancing, moving outwards and in every direction, brighter and expanding. Loop of giving and receiving, a sacred figure 8 loop, limitless possibility. A large aura circle around my body. I saw the color green and vibrations outward from my body. The energy spiked through the Earth's atmosphere and connected me straight to God instantly. My energy was so expansive. Golden ball of light exploding out of me like an atomic bomb. I saw my aura light all around me in a strong light. Expanded, brightened, spread to others, heart so full, satisfaction, rays of light. Energy around me, rising up from my root and my crown, shooting up like the stars. I saw myself in golden light, and the light started to multiply. My energy got really bright. I came alive. It was a ripple. My energy expanded. Sparks of light, superhighways of golden energy expanding out, connecting with others. A bright, radiant, expanded light all around me. So no matter how you voice this, there is a very common theme. There was an energy expansion in the moment where you entered the pocket of bliss. Whatever your body was experiencing in the moment, as something happened, as you created, as you experienced that moment, whatever color you saw, whether it peeked out of you, whether it was peaceful or exciting or magnetic, however you experienced it, there was this something bigger. And so why this is so important is because as we're walking this journey, every single thing that happens in our lives is either expanding our energy field or it's retracting our energy field. When we feel safe, when we feel bliss, when we feel we're in the God zone, we see beauty and we let ourselves feel it. And we take up so much space. And when something bad happens, to protect ourselves, it's like we put everything back inside, we become dense to make sure nothing we don't want gets in. Close the energy, shut off the light, we hide under the bed metaphorically, and we wait for whatever to pass that we don't want to entangle with. So whenever we're in pockets of bliss, our field opens. Okay, Alpha Fem team, thank you so much for the music. We're going to bring it down. I'm going to ask a new question. So the people who did the experiment a couple of days ago, and you didn't experience feelings, but when you did it now in the visualization, you were able to experience feelings. Is there anyone like that? When you tried to do it, it was like, meh, didn't really feel anything. But when you did it today, it was like, whoa, okay, I really got something here. So we're really looking for not you didn't do it, or you didn't feel anything and you didn't feel anything now. Not that. You did it, there was not much going on. It was like, meh. But now when you did it, you were like, whoa. Okay, Chantal, La Montagne.
Yay.
Yay.
So this whole exercise was like, I'll do it, but I'm not feeling it. And I was in this rotten mood the whole time.
Got it.
What I just did now was when my book launched, by the time we did the celebration with the publisher, it was best-selling book, so that was a big moment. I just cannot bridge this with what it felt like now, which, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So do you remember when it was for people who did it and nothing happened? What I want you to do is I want you to imagine it's one of the two women that shared.
I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it for me.
I understand, but that was not the assignment. And that's why you got the result that you got. But I'm happy that you shared it. It's an experiment.
Yes.
So now we know when you have big things that you believe are worthy, you allow yourself to feel the big energy, but not the simple things.
Correct.
Well, that's a good experiment to learn. So we'll see what comes next.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Monica Fuentes.
Hi, Mel. So good. Yeah, so I felt like it was yesterday. I went to a party from the family, and I feel like it tends to happen like the before. It feels the energy of excitement, kind of like right before getting on a stage or doing a catwalk, and it's that energy. It's like so good. Like I'm feeling it right now. And then I in the moment, it just feels like there's nothing. It's just like that's why I said in the beginning it was exciting or maybe even a little bit of anxiety. And then the moment it's like nothing. But when you walked us through this exercise, I was able to really feel the energy. So I feel it's like a pattern that it tends to happen also in the business. It's like I get an idea, I want to launch it, I put it out there, and then the moment I get it, it's just like nothing's there.
So what did you imagine when you did the visualization this time?
I saw myself, right, getting into the party. So I felt the energy of excitement. And then at the moment, really looking back at me, sitting down, talking to my family. And then I felt like the energy just of gratitude.
So do you remember in the assignment for this one, I said, if you didn't experience the moment for yourself, then you would use the two women that shared today as an example.
Oh,
So what we've learned, same thing as Chantal, is that for you, if it's a big enough moment, you can really tap into it and you can feel it and all the bliss unlocks. But when it's the simple things, it's harder to grasp. That's what we got from your experiment in this moment.
I feel like, yes, when even if it's something small or big, I feel the before, but the during, I don't.
Right. But these are like tiny moments that you would have lived and then we would have relived. So we wouldn't have gotten there without a very specific energy. So it would either have been the pocket that you would have felt in this exercise for now, or tapping into the energy field of one of the women who shared. Outside of that, it's a different result, not based on what we've got. So we can't really figure out what that is based on the content of the experiment. But what we know is that right now, if you take a memory from the past, you're able to feel to a certain point. And up until now, even when you go out in your life to try to attempt this, you can feel it up into a certain point. That's where we are right now. That's where we are in the experiment. And that's no problem. It's perfect.
Okay. Because yeah, when Andrea came in, I did feel this energy of like, because I know Andrea is also from Costa Rica. And I feel like whenever people go and talk to you, is this energy of like, whoa, they're talking to Melanie. But when I saw her talking to you, it was as if it was just friends. It felt so natural. And it made me look at you also differently in a way. It's like, yeah, we're all equal. It's just everyone is special in the moment. So yeah, that was interesting to see.
Thank you for sharing that. I love that reflection. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so who I'm looking for right now is a very specific person. I'm looking for someone who did the exercise and did not feel anything. But when you did the visualization now, you did feel something. But the way you did the visualization is you visualized one of the two women of today. So you didn't do it with your own memory. You did it with one of the women from today. And then you felt it. So everyone that still has their hand up in my screen here, if I pick you, this is what you're going to tell me happened? Okay, Christina, come on up.
Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I did the other day. Hello, Melanie. The other day, you said, let's do the exercise of the pocket of bliss and put it in a post. And I said, I let me pay attention to everything that's happened to me, and all of these beautiful things were happening. I'm like, yeah, I went to buy a $20 basket of fresh peaches that were just picked yesterday. That is like, amazing. I was able to connect with these ladies, but I looked at them and I saw they were bliss, but I didn't feel them. I'm like, yeah, I see them. They are. I'm just blessed to be living this life, but I didn't feel it. So now I said, do I do the exercise with what I was blessed. Even my daughter, I just being able to call my daughter on her birthday was just the day after, and see her with her sorority sisters, with 7 girls, celebrating her 36th birthday. It was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. To be able to see that, to be able to see the joy in my daughter. There's been like years of work with years, 10 years of work to be able to remain the relationship with her. And I saw it. I was blessed to see that, but I wasn't like, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the vibration, the energy, and whatever you're talking about. And so I decided, okay, do I do the exercise with those, what I felt or what I saw or what? But I did it with the lady with the dancing lady, with Andrea, because I connected to her accent, and I connected to her accent, and I connected to the fact that she was dancing. And I'm like, I love to dance, like, I used to say, dance like nobody's watching. And I was like, why am I not dancing? And so I kind of relieved. I did the exercise through her, and I felt there was the feeling, the vibration, that buzz into through my body, that was like, this, that's where the energy is at. That's what is happening. That's what happened.
Thank you for sharing this. I really appreciate it.
You're
So why I wanted this, you guys, this is why I gave you this assignment to say, if it wasn't your memory, I want you to utilize one of those 2 women, because I felt their energy when they were talking about it. We saw the difference between who they were when they came on and who they were when they started talking. We felt it in their body, the difference. The more they told the story, the more they took up space. So when we are, if you remember further back in the experiment, we did storytelling. And I asked people to say as little as possible about storytelling. And can you feel people's stories? And very quickly, we were able to feel people's stories. Now you're starting to see, like, it's not just people's stories, it's people's experiences, it's people's lives, it's people's codes. It's transferable. So in your own body, you don't have a memory that comes out like this, but you plug into a person who did experience it, and all of a sudden those feelings flood your body. This is why our energy and who's around us is so important, because when you take on a person's bliss, that is a gift that happens and comes over and over and over again. Like, you experience another person feeling bliss, and you can take it on, and you can feel yourself dancing. You can feel your energy field without it being even your memory. Like, that's how powerful this work is. You can actually, but like when we were talking about the guitar, you're attuning to the other person's guitar. Like, all of a sudden your guitar is playing the exact same note. How? But this is part of the experience. I really wanted you to be able to see this in real time. So Christina, thank you so much for modeling this, and thank you for doing it that way. Sabrina, I'll have you come up as well. So tell me what happened.
Hello.
Hello.
I have such a similar story with Christina, because I had so many beautiful pockets of bliss, like lighting a candle that I didn't think was going to smell as good as I'd hoped when I bought it, and it's smelling amazing. And my little girl falling asleep on my shoulder and snoring, and just blissful little moments that were so beautiful. My best friend calling and FaceTiming, like totally out of the blue. And in the moment, I was like, pocket of bliss. Ooh. And like, I would share it, right? I would share, oh, love this candle. Didn't expect that. Amazing little pockets of bliss. But it just went away. It didn't come with a feeling. It didn't come with anything inside. And then it would go away, and I'd go back to work and just literally forget about the moment. And so I used Andrea's story, because I thought, I'm not going to try to tap into one of those little moments. I'm going to use Andrea's. And I originally thought, I pictured myself laying down and my daughter laying on my arm, but I kept going back to the dancing. And I was like, actually, I'm going to tap into the dancing. And I know I was supposed to put the goggles on, but I felt so much inside of me. I felt so much from my body was like tingling, and my body was tingling inside of me. And then when I pictured her, it went back and forth between me and her, me and her, me and her. And this like just beautiful little, like these sherbety, light pinkish, yellowish colors just like sparkled and twirled around Andrea's whole body, but also mine, because we kept switching, I just was switching in my vision.
Wow.
That feeling, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the feeling. And I didn't experience that in all the little moments, other than my heart just smiling really big and then moving on.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing both experiences. And so what we are seeing is that when we isolate certain senses for you, you're able to amplify the feeling. When there's a lot of things happening all at the same time, your mind is picking up, the gratitude is landing, but the feelings don't necessarily hit your body when you're in the moment. And so what's really helping you is the visualizations and the hindsight, picturing things after, and having less sensations happening all at once, being able to really focus. And then all of a sudden you can do this at a whole other level. Like, you didn't even need to imagine the goggles. Like, you were in the zone. You could even feel your body, her body. You were really, really in it. So this is an incredible example. And thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So now I want to try something different. And I want to ask who here did not manage to do the pockets of peace? They did not do it. And when you went to do this, it also didn't really land. Anybody else that did not do it? And when they did it, didn't really land. Okay. Verlaine, come on up.
Hello, Melanie.
Hello.
I feel shame because I'm a dreamer. And right now I feel that I protect myself to dream again. So I had a lot of success. And now when I have a success, it's harder for me to celebrate it. It's like I'm used to it, but I'm waiting for it at the same time. So I'm very good with gratitude thing and everything. I do this every day of my life. It's precious for me, but yeah, I feel
So when we say, like I said, who did not do the pockets of
Yeah.
bliss? Did you do them or you didn't?
I didn't do it. No.
Okay. So you didn't do it. And if you could explain to me why you didn't do it, what would be the answer?
I feel blocked. I feel blocked to feel again. So I'm happy. I feel joy, but to concentrate on one thing and feel the feelings, and I'm good with it. But to do the exercise, there's a fear, or I protect myself. If I feel it in my body, then I'm gonna wait. I want something more. So, and if this thing doesn't happen, I will be disappointed. Is that
So-
clear?
Yeah. So when you
Okay.
thought of doing it, you just thought, I don't want to do this because if I try, I could get disappointed, and you just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to do this exercise, did you also just decide not to do it?
No, I tried it.
Okay.
And
then
I realized that I was like I cut myself maybe a couple of days ago, so it's hard to do it again because I'm used to do those kind of things. But yeah, I feel a little bit rage and yeah, disappointed about the way my business is working actually. And even if I have clients, I have one client, but in my head what I received from the divine, I was supposed to have two women, and I have one woman, and it's hard for me to be grateful for the one. So
did you try to do it with the example of the woman that we had brought forward?
yeah, Andrea touched me because I love music and I understand what's a life with chronic pain and everything. So it touched me. But
Did you imagine her?
I try both. I try to feel her, and I try myself. It's easier if I just imagine myself dancing because music is good for me. I can change my energy right away. But using her experience, I was bored. It's not. I don't judge her. I'm very happy for her. But it's like, yeah, like I told you, I don't want to dream anymore because I know what's possible. And then I dream too big and I'm disappointed. So yeah, I feel that way. I
So I'm
protect
gonna ask
myself.
you
I don't know why. It's weird from me.
So I'm going to ask you a question. I noticed your hand
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
also raised the last question I asked.
Yeah, because I try to understand your question.
So the last time when I asked, I said, you raise your hand if when you did it for yourself, you couldn't feel it.
Yeah.
But now you did the exercise and it did work. You raised your hand.
Yeah.
Then I said,
yeah.
if it didn't work and it didn't work, you raised your hand again. So explain to
It's
me.
because I try for myself too. Because nothing worked. I try myself. I
But-
try to remember. Yeah.
Let's say I would have picked you the round before. What would you have shared with me?
The same thing.
So you would have responded not to my question. You would have just taken the opportunity to tell me what you were feeling, regardless of the coaching.
Maybe it's because I didn't understand your question well.
So the question is, if you didn't do it, you didn't do the exercise before, but when you did it this time and you connected to one of the people, you felt it, you got it. You raised your hand for that.
Before?
And then I didn't choose
Maybe-
you. Then you raised your hand
Yeah.
again. So I didn't get it. So I want to see what happened in
Yeah.
those two. Were you feeling it and then you
Understand.
feeling it? What happened?
I feel that I protect myself. So maybe I felt it and then I stopped to feel it by
Okay.
myself.
Okay. So there's confusion.
Yeah.
There's confusion in the feelings. There's confusion in your experience. It's like, I don't know. Even going back and forth. Maybe I visualize me. Maybe I visualize her. Maybe I feel it. Maybe I don't feel it. So very much in the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we know from your experiment is that even when you're trying, if there is a block, you stay in your head. And maybe even it makes it difficult to hear what's being asked. It's making it difficult to focus on the task. It's making it difficult to pick something. Like everything goes cloudy. Your mind goes cloudy.
But I was feeling because I cried.
What were you
I
feeling?
cried. I was sad because I feel that for a couple of days or weeks, I cut myself to feel, to dream. I'm disappointed by my result or what, like life happening. So yeah, I was sad. Like, why are you not feeling anymore? But I mean, I feel, but during the exercise, can you amplify that? Can you feel it more? What's blocking? And I was, I feel shame,
So
not
in,
being like everybody and not being good at it. And I know all those things. I did all the courses, you know, I'm good at it, but I tried it. I had result and it didn't grow, or I don't have the result that I dream of. So I do it less.
so it's what we said. You go into your mind because
Maybe.
that wasn't exactly the exercise. You decided to do something else, something that caused you to feel sadness, when really it was visualizing this person, seeing her body
Yeah.
before she
Yeah.
danced, and witnessing her energy while she was dancing and seeing the difference in the energy. And so the contemplation of your business and bringing in those feelings,
Yeah.
that wasn't a part of this,
That's
but you
true.
brought them
Yeah,
in.
that's true. Yeah. So I'm expecting something
Yeah.
and I'm not living it. That's true. That's exactly that.
And what I would also look at is that whatever
Yeah.
you're experiencing with your business is becoming more important than anything, even
That's true.
breaking through, even having a moment of bliss, even joy,
Mm-hmm.
even emotion. Like this, I need this to be fixed. It's taking over everything. So what I'm going to suggest for you for the rest of this experiment is to say,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to pick this thing up later. If I
Okay.
put it down before each call, I'm even allowed to pick it up at the end if I want. But let me not show up in these calls with this on top of what we're doing, because this is like energetic frequency. And then you're bringing the lid, you're covering the lid. So you don't see
I
what's
understand.
happening in the energy. But if we take the lid off, we'll start to see what's inside. And it's not like you're not allowed to think of that anymore. You can do it all the way up until the call and you can pick it back up after. But just during the calls, we move away from the business. We go into Verlaine and her life and her power and her meaning and her beauty and her energy and her purpose outside of money and business. Her as a woman.
Without waiting for the result. Even in my life. I mean, it's not, I talk about, I told you about the business, but it's in my life. I have a beautiful life, but I'm expecting something else and it's not happening. So you're telling me just return to the
core.
Be grateful for what it is right now, what's happening right now, without going in the future or expecting things to happen.
Do you feel you want to do that? You want to try that for this experiment for the rest?
I'm gonna do it because I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the reminder.
It's my pleasure. And when I'm putting exercises, experiments, the work, let me know if you're managing to keep up with it and if there's anything changing in the comment section so I can keep an eye on what's going on.
Thank you. I will.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Last person is Kim. So Kim Jarman, come on up and tell me what happened.
Hi, thank you, Melanie. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, okay. I'm very similar to Verlaine. So I understood the assignment basically like a gratitude thing. So I would just write down what I was grateful for. And then when you ask us to visualize a while ago, I heard what you said. I heard the words, but I'm going to be vulnerable and honest. So no disrespect. Like
None.
This is just my experience. Okay. I was like, I cannot relate to those other two people. Like, I'm not a dancer. Like, I was just like, okay, hurry up. Let's talk about somebody else. And so when you had us visualize, I didn't listen to you apparently, and I did not tap into their stories. And I went straight to trying to visualize a result that I want in my life to try to feel some emotional connection. So yeah, this is very hard for me. Like, I think what I'm hearing you saying all this is like, I stay in my brain a lot and I just do what you tell me to do. And I expect it to create, here's what it is. I expect that it'll manipulate the universe to give me what I want because I did what you told me to do.
Can I just tell you how much I love you for saying that? This is like the one thing I have dreamed of all my life, someone saying out loud. Like if I could jump through the screen and hug your neck, I would do it right now. I'm just so grateful that you were brave enough to say that in this moment because I know exactly what you mean. And the reason the experiment is different than anything I've ever done is because I knew without a shadow of a doubt that we would face this along the way. There would be an opportunity for this to be conquered at some point. Didn't know when, but I knew that at a point, if I just kept making this experiential, there would be a point of no return at some point. Something would happen where it's like, as soon as you bring it into the real world, now it's not something I said. It's not something we're waiting on. It's something that's like, go do. And then it's like, wait, what did you say? I didn't do it like that. I thought, I didn't realize I was not connected to in that way. And then in that moment, we find out all the ways that the way I teach it and the way, and you're not the only one that's feeling this. I can guarantee you that the way that many people experience it is like, you told me what to do. I did it. It didn't work, period.
Mhm.
It's not what I do. It's how I do it, why I do it, who I am when I do it, what energy I'm in when I do it, what I believe about myself when I do it, what I believe about the world when I do it, what I believe about God when I do it, what I've forgiven about myself when I do it, what I'm no longer attached to when I do it, what I no longer need to happen when I do it. That's what makes it that when I do it, the world goes doom. And so what I want to help you get to with this experiment is not just Simon Says, which is what a lot of people think personal development is. Like I wrote the gratitudes, but it's like, we need to get to the core of what gratitude means in your body. We want to change the frequency of what it feels like when you have a moment in your life where you're in the God zone and it literally comes into you like your life just expanded in your body. Like we want to go far beyond, I did what you said. We want to go into, we were in the God zone together. We both felt this, we experienced it, we're on the same page. And so in order to get to this point in the experiment, there needed to be trust. We needed to have discussions. I was able to guide people through discussions to a certain point, a lot of contemplations. This is the first part of the experiment that has experiments in it. And on experiment 1, you broke it. This is awesome. This is awesome. So I really want to acknowledge you because I know that that's not easy. Everything here, what are they going to think? That I didn't care about the other women, that I'm this, that I'm that I don't listen, that's not what will land at the end of this. You were brave enough to say where you're at and we got a break. Now, as we move forward, we're going to create breakthroughs. But right now there's just a break, a moment of like,
Okay.
not working for me the same as everybody else. That's enough. It's enough to break a pattern. It's enough to break a cycle. It's enough to break a belief. Now we'll put something else in there instead and see how things start to move because of it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say, because my brain wants to go to like, okay, we broke it. What do I do now to fix this? Like, how do I,
So you don't
it's
need
so foreign to me, right? Like, how do I become a person that does all those things? Like,
you, first of all, the first thing is you need to stop thinking that what you're supposed to do is something else, which is this is what you broke. So you don't yet have who you've got to be. We don't have that. We don't have a breakthrough yet, but we have a break in the illusion of what it takes. We have a break in the illusion of how it should have worked. We have a break in the illusion of what should have happened. We have a break in the attachment to this not working because ... And that is very good. It doesn't always need to be a breakthrough right away. Sometimes a break is enough and then we leave a void. We leave some space for contemplation, and what fills the void, that's what's going to come.
I understand that. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so here's what I want to say to the group. This has been such a good session. Like I am so happy with everyone that shared the way they shared. Again, cannot make this up. The greatest shares, the greatest. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for being honest with what happened. Thank you for letting us go to the edges of it. Now, some of you will connect to certain people in this group. You'll be like, that was exactly what happened for me. That was exactly what happened for me. Some of you will feel resistance to some of the people in the group. Why didn't you get it? Why couldn't you have just gotten it? You'll notice that that is a lot of the, when you've made mistakes in your life, people have maybe shamed you, and now all of a sudden there's a mirror. Okay. If you realize you didn't do it well, some people did it so well, not just well, so well, they became examples for the whole group. And it's like, I also did well. If I could have shared my story, maybe they would have visualized me, but like, I didn't even get to talk and it's not fair. And I really got it. And this person was shown as an example. And there's all kinds of things that you might be feeling right now, all kinds, but it's an experiment. So we're all safe with whatever it is that we're feeling. Now I'm going to take this to the next level. What you're going to do now, as you move into the next stage of the experiments. So the first experiment was to have pockets of bliss. And there was not much like explanation of what that was. So you could have done whatever you wanted with your pocket of bliss. And we're seeing that that's exactly what happened. Some people took pockets of bliss to just mean gratitude. And gratitude for a lot of people is cerebral. Things I should be grateful for. Things other people would be grateful for. Things, if I don't write it down, I'll feel not like I'm not a grateful person. Like things that I should have noticed, things that I should have seen. And so some other people saw, gosh, I felt it take over me in this huge energetic beauty. Like I felt it, I saw it. And so when we went into the whole experience where it was like visualize the energy, we're like, I know, because I felt it, because I was in the God zone, because that's exactly how I experienced it. So seeing my energy was so easy. However it is that you've experienced this, I want you to know that you probably have a pattern for how you interact with yourself when you succeed and how you interact with yourself when you do not succeed. You have a pattern. When you succeed, there's a way that you feel. There's a way that you relate to yourself. There's a way that you can just like move on. When you don't succeed, whether it's because you feel like you failed, whether it's because you feel like you missed the mark, if it wasn't a win, there's also a way that you relate to that. And so there's no reason in the moment to feel shame when things are going well, unless we feel bad for people who aren't going well. So it's more a conditioning shame. Someone told you, don't be proud of yourself. Someone told you, don't boast. Those people have less. Some people said, don't make those people feel bad. And you took that on. It's an external thing. But when we misunderstand something, and it's like, am I the only one that didn't get this? Am I dumb? Or, no, Melanie, you did not explain it that way. And now I'm frustrated. That's not how I heard it at all. That's not what I thought I needed to do at all. I'm not getting this. I'm not understanding you, and I don't like it. I don't like any of this. Rejection. If it feels like you failed, why am I doing this if I'm going to fail at this? I don't need this. I don't need to do this. Or, what's wrong with me? Can you fix me? Can you please at least bring me up and coach me? If I failed, can you at least explain to me how I failed? Like, you're just going to leave me here, not succeeding and confused, and I still don't know what to do? And that's it? You're not going to coach me? You're not going to fix it? I'm just stuck with this? That's it? Just want to remind you, this is an experiment. You didn't actually fail at anything. We experienced moments of gratitude and then visualized what that could do in an energy body. In the big scheme of things, even if you got an F-, you can just go ahead the rest of your day singing happy tunes and put the whole thing behind you. But what this is an opportunity to watch yourself in action with things that can't damage you. There is no trauma available here. There is no deep-seated pain available here, so you can play. You can play because it feels real, but it's not. So you can watch yourself react for real to something that has no power. And just go, wow, I really got upset by that. I really went in my head with that. I fought for that. Like I really wanted to be right about that. Or out of fear of messing it up, I just didn't do it. Or I was so in my head about it, I didn't even hear the rules. I didn't even hear the exercise. I missed the whole thing. These are things that actually happen to us. We will hear exactly what we're supposed to do, but we're so in our head, afraid that we're going to mess it up that we don't hear the instructions. Or we heard the instructions and we thought we did it right, and we're just really upset that it turns out we didn't. Maybe we just don't get things. However your experience of this was, if there was any shame whatsoever, what I would love for you to do, if you can, is have a real discussion with yourself as though the part of you that's the sad one, the confused one, the one that didn't get it, I want you to have a conversation with you as though that part of you is a small child. If it helps you to imagine you as a small child, do it. If it would be more helpful to imagine your child, or if it would be easier to imagine a niece or nephew, or a child that you've seen in a movie that you think is the cutest thing you've ever seen, this part of you needs to not be a villain, not be dumb, not be mad, like they're right and they're self-righteous. This part of you just needs to be heard. And the fact is, you probably have some wisdom for yourself. So I would suggest taking 2 pens, 2 different colors, and with one pen, you're going to write as the grown-up self, talk to me about what happened, and with the other pen, you're going to respond what the little version of you answers. Let her say everything she wants to say. If you feel there's something you want to say again, with the other pen, with your bigger voice, you respond to that. With the other pen for the other voice, you're going to go. And I want you to see, not if you can fix the shame, But if you can actually let the smaller version of you tell you why this was so painful, see if you can get to the point where the smaller version of you says, you know what, I think I'm not upset anymore. I realize it's okay. I'm glad I tried it. Here's what I learned, and I'm okay. When you get to that point where the smaller version of you can actually say, you know what, I really feel that I'm okay. And I don't need to prove that I'm okay, and I don't need everybody to even see I'm okay. I don't need validation for the fact that I'm okay. I feel good. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for seeing me. I'm good, and I'm ready for the next step of the experiment. That's your work. That's the only thing I would like you to do. Now, if for you were able to visualize, you were able to see it, and you saw your energy grow, then what I'm going to ask you to do, and this is going to be your second experiment, is I'm going to ask you to amplify the pockets of bliss. And I'm going to have you do two things. The first one is that when you do experience these moments of bliss, and they actually do happen to you, I want you to see if you can tap into your energy and feel it expand with the joy that you're feeling. So not just gratitude, but like if it was possible, let's say I pick a flower, and as I pick the flower, I feel my energy get bigger and I feel it envelop the flower. I feel like we just went zoom, like we just took more space. And so it's not just that you had a pocket of bliss, is that you used the pocket of bliss to actually witness your energy field in the moment. See how long it lasts with no attachment. How long can you hold that? Does it just go bijou? Or is it like it lasts a few seconds? And see if you can make it last longer and longer and longer. If you get to the point with your small child where the child in you tells you, I'm okay to continue the experiment, you can try this on. But this is the most important piece that I'm going to tell you right now. If you experienced any shame at all, the most important thing for you to do at this stage is to not try to continue the experiment if the small child isn't safe yet. Because if you do, and they haven't said yet, I got it. I feel good. I don't need any validation, and I want to keep playing. If you don't hear that, if you don't get that, and you just try to keep playing on top, the small child will feel like it doesn't matter how they feel as long as you succeed. And that is part of the problem that you're facing in the first place. So we don't want to do that. Only if you're able to get, okay, it's okay. I get it. I get the game. I'm okay, and I want to play. Then you try it. If we get to the next phase and you haven't been able to pick it back up, that's better than if you bypassed the voice and tried to play anyway. You will be able to say you listened to your inner self. That will be a greater step forward for you. So when we meet on the next session, one of two things will have happened for you. Either you will have ended up expanding your energy field with your pockets of bliss and seeing how long you can keep the energy expanded for. You're just going to experiment with it. Or number two, and you'll have gotten there either just because it's time to do that, or because you had a conversation with the small child, and the small child said, okay, I want to play. And you said, okay, let's play. And then you experienced it. If, however, you weren't able to get to that point with a small child, you are going to have the gratitude, the respect, the strength, the power to say she couldn't get there, but I listened. And we're ready for next instructions. We're not yet ready to play, but we're here. If you can arrive at one of those two places by the time we do our next call, we are golden. So enjoy, take the time, try it on, respect yourself, honor yourself, let your energy expand, let your heart expand, and let's see what we find when we meet again in the next call. Thank you everyone who represented for the community today. I'm so grateful for your shares, your stories, whether they made us cry tears of joy or whether we felt your fear and your pain, like every single share, so real. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to our next call. See you soon.